Oh, welcome back for another week, boys and girls. Seth's already breaking stuff.
What is happening?
He's trying to set the seat in place.
I paid 4.
So we can like start figuring out some shifter things. That's where we're at. We have a drive shaft for the car now. We got to modify a few things, and that's probably the main thing that's going to happen in this video. Yeah, right now he is wrestling over the driver's side.
More than Big Bertha.
Hey, I have a monster truck we named Big Bertha. It's not that heavy. But
that is not the lady you want to take to fucking high school prom.
Anyway, we're looking at his stock shifter, how it's supposed to work, because I looked it up. Basically, all the aftermarket shifters work for a TH400, a TH350, a C6, an FMX. They're all the same shift pattern. So, that shifter, with the right finagling, should work with the TH400.
Which will make him happy.
Which would make him happy. Or there's this option that's also maybe realistic and cheaper than going full like full ratchet shifter.
To be fair, we can always do it how the Firebirds is done, where they put like that boot over top of it, like a manual shifter.
Yeah.
And just extend that rod taller.
Yeah, I mean, that comes with a boot and everything to do that. So, can't do the headers yet. We're still waiting on the flanges to show up. They're taking forever, even though they're coming off of Amazon. We realized the end of the collector necks it down to a 2-inch, so these aren't going to work. We got to figure out something else for that. That's dumb. We're not necking it down to a 2-inch. That's terrible.
Really confusing me is every single thing that we have done, putting Chevy parts in it, has gone pretty well. Every time we have to deal with the Ford side of things, it just doesn't.
I know, right?
It doesn't do the things that it's meant to do.
That's meant to do.
It does the things it's definitely not meant to do according to every Ford guy on every single thing ever.
Right.
But it does do the things it's not supposed to do pretty well.
Right. So, on to what we were going to try to attempt to do tonight.
This is not for this car.
Not yet.
Well, fair.
I had to check the neighbors. Well, that's something else we're going to have to do.
What?
Essentially, at some point, we got to do, or at least I have to do a tune-up on your truck.
No, on the neighbor.
Yeah. He's got a misfire happening on cylinder 2.
Probably the individual coil.
That's why I'm debating if it's the coil or if it's the fact it's got 170,000 miles on it. And as far as you know, it's never had new spark plugs put in it.
So it's never had new spark plugs put in it.
Yeah.
It does have a lot of miles on it in comparison to mine.
Yeah. So we're going to start with spark plug wires and then jump to if we need a coil pack. We'll see if either one that I got laying around works or
we just MSD swap my whole Silverado and just put one of my old ones on.
I mean, that's what you want to do, bud, and you're paying for the parts.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money. I am the bro.
Me and you both, bud. But, anyway, are we trying to do the drive shaft thing tonight? To get the drive shaft to fully fit?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't really have anything else to do.
Did you just set okay.
You need a rod to make the shifter work, and we don't have one.
We technically maybe do?
You have a tap to make it work if it's not threaded?
Whatever I did with the box, that box right there. Grab that box. That box technically has everything to make this shifter work.
I doubt these rods will. Maybe.
I don't know. I doubt that rod's long enough looking at it, but
neither one of them really was long.
Yeah. But we have everything else we need there.
I mean, we could weld 2 or 3 of these together and make one that's long.
I mean, and I'm not saying we need to get the shifter functioning tonight. Just wanted to figure out for sure which one we wanted to try and use. That's his fuel pump. I don't remember what. I think the other box is I bought something random off of Temu.
Don't both of these need to go in the house and use that 20 times.
Yeah.
Just need the key. This isn't Rambler.
Look, new tools.
Oh. Oh, I have one of these. They suck.
Well, thanks. That's awesome. Those are all the words I wanted to hear. Awesome. The keys are in the ignition.
Yeah, I know it.
And they're in the center.
I was trying to think about how I wanted to.
Well, they're in the center of the car, so it doesn't matter which door you go through. They're in the same spot.
Slightly closer to this door.
Well, whatever.
And I keep that to roll in here. You know what makes this a lot easier on 60s cars when you just stick your finger in the trunk and pop it like I do on the Rambler.
Or use a screwdriver like the Impala.
Impala. 20-inch blades on the Impala.
We are not putting 20-inch blades on my Impala. Absolutely not.
Oh, I wish we would get YouTuber money so that way I can just come in and do that crap and just... Wow, that's worse than I thought it was going to be.
That's not that bad.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Okay, that might be
That's like the whole floor. Give me a screwdriver.
Oh, so you're going to make it worse. That's what you're going to do.
It is worse. There's no making it worse. There's just acknowledging how bad it is. That's not going to do it.
I mean, I punched it and it didn't go through.
Yeah, but that's not a small, fine tip. Actually, I don't remember who told me, but the best thing to use is a welding hammer. Is what I was told by someone.
Yeah, because you can get more swing on it. So all the low points are bad.
I mean, it's all bad. It's just varying degrees of bad.
Fair.
And then over here's the hole too, next to all these jack stands.
But let's be honest. This is the last spot we're worried about.
I mean, I got license plates that can fix this.
I mean, temporarily, yeah, and then we can weld something in new later.
Sure, temporary.
With Lucas, it'll be temporary. But
you're not supposed to be able to do that with your car.
With one of my new screwdrivers.
Yeah. Well, it was the sharpest one. I love ruining your new tools because you hand me tiny hammers.
For future reference, at some point, I'm setting up a P.O. box specifically for anyone that wants to send Seth tiny tools. So, when that happens, just know you can send whatever you'd like, tiny tool-wise.
We're going to end up with a bunch of tiny
Probably.
They are tools. It's not our tools.
It's not our tools.
Those are the wireless tools.
I'm not gonna lie. Is it on one of the wheels, or did I not manage to get it on one of them?
I don't know. Your wife handed me a baggie of black.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of upset. Austin got the rainbow ones. I would have rather had those.
Well, Lucas got a black one, and he doesn't know it yet until he sees this video in like 3 weeks.
He's gonna go from that last comment of it's a small hole in the trunk to it's a lot worse than I remember it being.
Oh no, he probably would agree with you that that's terrible and it all needs cut out and redone. And it's like, but this is last.
The weird part is move the tank out of the way.
I'm doing good to sound even remotely normal on camera right now. Yay.
Looks like shit.
Yeah.
Same shit, different.
So, for the actual thing, you want to put this back in there so we can get in and out of the door?
I suppose I can.
You gotta modify that too.
It's fine. We'll just build a second door so we can get out when I put things there.
Yeah, because that makes sense. So let me open the big door and let out the little bit of heat we still have.
Hear me out. If we get a fuel cell, I can just cut a hole in here and never have to patch it.
No.
But Kurt,
I already said something about a fuel cell and he said no.
why?
Because he has that and he wants a stock tank in the car.
Where is it? Does it go there?
No, it goes underneath in the big hump.
Oh, okay. Well, some cars, like the Ford Mustang, the trunk floor is the gas tank. So I don't know Fords. Fords do weird stuff. The Pinto's exploded. Who knows what this thing will do?
God damn it. Anyway, so we have two options on how we can do this whole ordeal to make the drive shaft work better. We can either A, work through the hole in the floor.
It's not going to be easy because I made it really small.
Or pull the engine and transmission out and do it on the floor. Which is realistically only 3 bolts.
You don't want to try to do it under. Well, I wish you would have said that. I would have brought the freaking thing to actually pick it up and take it out. I mean, we can put a chain on it, but it'd be easier. Well, we have to unbolt it and move it around anyway so we can get it more centered.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I'm saying. Do we.
It's going to be annoying to put back in.
It's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, we only got to really jack. We only really got to jack up the transmission.
Yeah.
So we can get the two. So we can take the trans mount off. We can do some of it from underneath, but I'm saying the actual like work of grinding it down would be easier done through the hole than underneath the car.
I mean, either way, it's going to be a pain. It'd be way easier if we had it sitting here on the floor. To be fair, I don't want to do this either, but in this car, it'd be a hell easy to change the transmission in the car because I can get to all the bolts standing right here.
Oh, that you're not wrong. We're absolutely not doing it that way tonight, though. We are not unbolting the transmission, wrestling it out from underneath the car when it's literally less bolts to take the entire thing out.
Yeah. Well, if he ever blows the trans in this, it'll be really easy to replace.
If he blows up a TH400, I'm going to be mad.
I'll be shocked.
Me too.
I'll be a little bit impressed.
He blows up this, we're getting a 4080.
You mean?
No, that one's mine.
Is it? You still haven't decided. What are you doing?
We'll figure that out when we get to it, okay? You can calm down, sir.
The project shelf is looming in the background at all times.
I wanted the next video to be that.
Yeah, so did I. And yet you got me here working on this.
Well, if I would have known you were off tonight, we would have started on something and actually did something big on that tonight instead.
I mean, we still can.
Yeah, but we got stuff to do the drive shaft in this, so might as well just do that.
I mean, pulling the engine back out is pretty big. Because that'll be a pain. Well, what do you want to do? What do you honestly want to do? Do you want to pull it out so it's easier to grind? And we'll actually, if we're being honest, we'll do a better job if we can get all the way around it smoothly with a grinder.
Yeah.
Than we would if we leave it in there and half-assedly ram into the freaking floor of the car that I.
That's why I'm thinking just pulling it out is probably the smarter move.
I don't think we have to remove the bracket we made to get it out either.
No, we just got to unbolt the transmission mount and unbolt the engine mounts. And like we don't got to unbolt them from the engine. We just got to unbolt them.
Oh, geez, that's a lot heavier than I was expecting it to be honest with you. What's it on? Did you have something?
Yeah, for some reason it was plugged back into the thingy.
The thingy was plugged into the thingy-malator.
Look,
that
okay, my brain's not braining that well, because...
I can tell you still haven't gotten a settling.
Look. The last 2 days have been a little bit... okay?
I keep reminding you. It doesn't seem to change.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to change anything. Yeah, we got to modify that too, a couple ways.
Why? Oh, is this the one for the...
That's the one for the passenger side. The driver's side one's laying under the car because it fell completely out.
Honestly...
That's how well it fits.
We could just cut here and go over further and then...
Well, that's what I like your idea, but I think we're going to cut here. Go over further and down.
What I'm saying, cut here and then go over and down?
Yeah.
That works too.
So then, because either way, we got to redo this section of pipe.
Yeah, so this is the one. Well, it's either that or I would say go out this way a little and then kind of like lay these two next to each other almost. And then like cut here and 90 out so that way the pipe's way out here.
I don't think we got to go that far. If it was me, I'd like to cut this section out. I'd like to cut it like here.
There's not a lot of weld holding these. Oh, that's annoying.
What, is it fully welded on?
It's welded on the inside.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. These are going to be bring over your stupid tool. and cut all the welds out on the inside on both of them.
You love my stuff.
Or take them home with you, and you can do it at home.
See, I like doing them in your shop.
God damn it. Well, that plan backfired on me in a hurry.
To be fair, if I go online and order the ones for the die grinder, it might actually not be that bad.
That's fair.
But
Because we really, I was originally thinking just going slicing it all the way across, but we really can't afford to lose too much of the pipe.
Yeah.
But as far as this goes, what I was thinking, if we do it right, we'll cut it off here, and we'll see if we can't like V-notch it in here, bend this pipe up to match this.
Either way,
and
we're
then
gonna
come
need,
over.
what is this, 1 inch pipe?
I think that's 2. I think this is 2 inch.
Anyway.
Sounds terrible.
Sounds like Ford.
I am curious how those are going to sound since they don't match.
On a LS.
Yeah.
That will be interesting. And then we'll market that idea, we'll sell it and make millions for all the people that will do this swap afterwards. All the one person that...
Yeah, the one other guy that I've seen that's actually doing it, who's turboing his car.
We'll
Right.
turbo this one too.
No, we won't. Don't.
We got 2 eBay.
I'm going to shut this camera. I'm going to shut this camera off before you give Lucas any more ideas. He already wants me to put the V10 in here.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but I would rather do a Chrysler V10 over. That's how much I don't really care for. Which is funny because I have owned 3 Fords in my life.
Yeah. Honestly,
4 if you count the Merc.
if it wasn't for the fact that I kind of just want to sell the Cadillac, I'm not opposed to the idea of we could have pulled the V10 and 5-speed out of the Cadillac and put in here instead.
Yeah.
And then I could have just put this whole setup in there.
Let's be real.
And
though.
that would have made me perfectly happy.
This will be way more reliable for him, though.
Oh, God, yes. That's the other reason why I'm kind of not on board with that idea.
I think it's... I can't remember what size of the nuts were. I'm just going to get to work
Big.
like usual.
Yeah, you probably should. I don't know how much I can physically do tonight. Like, I'm mobile, but
I like most nights.
I don't want to agree with you, but yeah, kind of.
I wasn't being honest. I was just being a dick.
I know you were.
But then you agreed real fast, and now I feel bad. Hey, these are loose.
Yeah, they're not tight from the last time we did all this.
Someone should have tightened these.
No shit, Sherlock.
Because there's no way in hell we would have remembered that.
No, we wouldn't have.
I'm like, hey guys, my motor's on the side of the
Hey guys, I'm not trying to knock your work, but my motor fell out of the car.
Well, damn, how many horses are you pushing, bud?
I didn't think that LS was making that kind of power.
Definitely isn't it over the Camaro, so what the fuck do we do? Apparently you gotta leave the stock dipstick tube in, that's what we've learned.
Oh, I should go inside and grab that.
Oh.
I didn't order a stock tube,
Or what, for the oil?
but I ordered an aftermarket one that should work.
You have to
I do. I'm trying to find 2 that fit so we got something to bolt the chain on with. There we go. That's way overkill, and that'll work. I'm going to go ahead and grab that while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you
1 minute. All right, to make this make sense for everyone, The reason why we've got to take the engine and transmission out to modify for the drive shaft is because of the fact this was originally a non-slip yoke transmission, which means inside of here there is a little lip in an O-ring that doesn't exist on a slip yoke TH400. Now there's two ways you can go about fixing this. It's the expensive and probably proper way is to buy a conversion kit that changes the snout and the input or the output shaft, which just literally comes apart, and converts it to a slip yoke. Or you can take that housing off, which is really no different than the slip yoke housing, and pull that O-ring off and then grind down that little extra lip so your slip yoke can go on farther. That's what we got to do, because we need about 2 more inches of engagement to be able to get the drive shaft all the way in, which realistically partially could be done by putting that yoke over there on the drive shaft instead, but that's going to need a conversion joint. The one that's already on it fits the transmission. There's no point. If we really wanted to, we could cut probably 1.5 inches off of it. It's more than long enough. It's just buried under the car at the moment. So we could do that, and we discovered, like, we thought the motor mounts looked like they didn't set the same side to side, and we figured out why. Seth is working on fixing that right now. Essentially, we didn't stop to look at the fact that this hole doesn't set centered on this plate. So it made this offset a different direction and made the mount set crooked on one side, which could be part of the reason why we were struggling to get the engine to set straight in the car. So...
Oh, hey, we never actually... Oh, yeah, we showed them the plate, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we did. That would have been like video 1. Yeah,
I don't think so, because I don't remember seeing it either.
I don't know. I don't know if we talked about it or not. This right here is what
I think we talked about it, but they were already in.
Yeah, they might have been already in. This is what we came up with. This is essentially just a LS engine mount off of Amazon. We cut one of the ears off of it, bent the other one back flat again with some heat. And then this is a stock Ford 390 mount for this car. The plate just gives us somewhere to bolt the mount down to. And then the plate will bolt to the car, or bolt to the engine. So it gives us everything we need to get this to physically fit in the car. And just so happens, it makes it set dead nuts perfect for where it needs to be in the car as far as the oil pan and steering goes. Because it basically sets the back of the front sump oil pan right at the very edge of the front of the cross member, so we still have all of the steering. Like, it literally could not line up any better and still work than it does right now.
Oh, the trans mount is just made out of...
Yeah, and then the trans mount, like you guys seen, is literally just basically a box section cut up. We made it out of angle iron, and that was just to move the trans mount back a little bit. We could have over-engineered it and came up with a whole new thing instead of using the Ford mount and a Chevy mount, but why? That works just fine.
That'll hold it with... I mean, it's literally bolted to the factory spot where it would have bolted, and then bolted to a factory Chevy mount. And it's made of real thick steel, because we're not messing around.
Yeah, it's not going to break.
It's not
it's
like...
as thick as this.
We didn't go get, like... real thin angle iron like some people might. We went and got the good.
We got the thick stuff. So right here you can kind of see the marks if it'll focus. There we go. See these marks? That matches those teeth because it goes on and it bottoms out on that before it bottoms out in here. Basically what we need to do is clean it up to where we can bottom out on there. But this one's probably pretty close. The other one's nowhere near close. So I think we're going to have to smooth it down to where we can get up to here, which means smoothing down to this all the way around with the grinder. As soon as Seth's done anyway. So, but doing that and getting rid of that should allow us to get the slip yoke all the way on. I think the one we're actually trying to fit is this one, which is much longer.
This way? Or do you want an angle like that?
No.
Which way?
That way.
This
that way right there.
Wow, this is like perfectly straight then.
Yes, that's what.
The other
that
side.
was the problem. Yes, the other side was perfectly straight.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna fucking drill this hole now.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have to do grinding on the opposite side of where I did it the last time though, because of where it's interfering now.
Fair.
That's why it's a little.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think that one's got an even longer yoke. You leave the drive shaft under the car? Yes, you did. We're probably gonna need that. Either way, if we can get either one of those to bottom out, we should be able to get the other one to bottom out.
Just make sure that it's gonna line up all bolted in. It's still rubbing a little here, but I don't want to take too much
It'll be
out
fine.
of it. I'm gonna drill the other hole now.
Okay. You do that.
You can take the grinder if you need it, if that's why you're over here.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know if I feel up to being the one to grind it. Which then again, I'm the one that can see all the teeth.
Yeah.
So me grinding it would probably, yeah, I probably should be the one to grind it.
It's got different shadows. It's different. It makes it a different color. Granted, if I'm being honest, I don't want to be the one to do it. So, I mean,
That's fair.
If that'll be the excuse that gets me out of it.
That's fair. Every word of all of that is fair. Damn it. I guess I'm doing it. All right.
Can I see it? Sure, but no, actually. Be like, that's good for the speaker in there.
Yeah, probably. So, there we go. The input shaft is grinded down to the point. I don't know where the little one's laying over here underneath of the nose, or underneath of the tail shaft housing. But that one bottoms out now, which means we know we have plenty of depth. We don't think we have enough depth to make that long boy work. So we're going to be changing that with the other one. I think I have the correct conversion joints coming, ironically, for both. So I think the back is going to need a 1350 to a 1330, and the front is going to need a 1350 to a 1310. So to be able to run the parts we have, if not, I need a 1350 to a 1410 to run that one, and I'm still a little leery on whether or not that one's even the right size. Which basically means if we got to run that shorty, Lucas owes me $100. So, which is whatever.
What's that shorty for?
It was part of the Impala stuff. So, because the hope was if I decided to run the TH400 in the Impala, that maybe if we did things just right, I wouldn't need a different drive shaft. But considering I'm really wanting to more or less run the 4L80, I believe the drive shaft's inevitable. So it's kind of whatever.
Wow, this might be all dry.
It wouldn't surprise me. Which would kind of put us dead in the water for the rest of the night.
Well, there's other silicon sealers.
That's fair. There's probably a couple different options up there. But, yeah. Alright, so we gotta get the tail shaft housing put back on, and then we can get the the mounts that are almost completely dry bolted back onto the engine, and then slap the whole thing back in the car. Right? Mm-hmm. Right. Woohoo! I feel like crap, my guy. This was a terrible idea tonight. I'm glad we did it.
It'd be a terrible idea every night.
This is true. I also want to try to get that dipstick put in completely wherever I put it. While we have the engine out and that hole is easier to get to.
You're a dipstick.
Rude. I mean, probably not wrong, but rude. So.
Those Bruce Ford guys.
Oh, they have been salty about this whole thing. Given, I don't think, you know.
Probably don't even own a Classic 4 either.
Who knows? And I don't mean Ford guys on YouTube. We've had no run-ins with any issues with any Ford guys on YouTube yet that I can think of. I know Chad that watches comments. He's a Ford guy. He doesn't necessarily like it, but he also doesn't seem to have... He's like, at least you're putting it on the road. So, you know, he's kind of cool with it. I do not.
Oh, right.
But he knows the wife. So he's bought parts from her because he goes to O'Reilly's. So he's local. I've just never met him. Then, yeah.
I don't understand because it's clearly liquid in here, and I've poked the hole 100 times.
You're probably just what you're poking down through the bottom of the hole is probably getting pushed back up into the hole.
I need something bigger.
You know, like a drill bit that's in the... Well, no, I don't have any junk drill bits anymore.
Really, no?
Yeah, I don't know what I did with all of them after I put them into a box. But,
You put baby in it.
oh, we're right here.
Here's a drill bit. Oh.
I'll say these are literally the junk drill bits.
Well, this one's got a fucked up tip, so... Or messed up tip, whatever.
All right. Camera back off till we're making progress. There we go, boys and girls. It's back in the car. That was... but it worries me how easy it was.
You know what's funny, though? I think it only worries you how easy it was because you're upset that it wasn't that easy in the S10.
Yes. The vehicle that it should have been easy in was not easy at all. And the vehicle that realistically this should have been a nightmare in, it literally drops right in like it was meant to be here.
Mm-hmm. And we are using factory motor mounts basically, but...
Well, okay, I had a thought though. With the whole, like, those guys in the Ford group getting mad. Mm-hmm. While they will get mad that we're putting an LS in it, they are also the same guys that will yell at you about how an LS is just a ripoff of, like, a small block Ford. Because of the head design.
Which I really don't get.
Like, because the head design's similar. Like, to the point you can almost bolt them directly onto, like, a 302. Or a 351. So, like, I get where they're coming from. But how are you going to, like, complain that I'm putting the engine in the car while simultaneously telling me about how basically it's a Ford engine?
No, so did Ford make the small block Ford first?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the time.
The 302's been out since, like, the 70s. Same with the 351.
Yeah, but I could have sworn the small block Chevy came out even later than that, like in the 40s.
Well, yeah, no. Okay. You're comparing you're trying to compare 350. I'm not talking any Chevy. I'm talking quite literally LS.
Oh, well,
Yeah. LS heads aren't really that far off from small block Ford heads.
I mean, yeah.
Like design wise, with the way everything's laid out and how the rocker shafts work. That's why, I mean, like even you can't argue it too much. Even the exhaust ports are the same.
When it comes down to it, too, though, it's a fucking pushrod V8.
They're all basically the same. They're all going to be very similar, yeah. Wow, it doesn't matter what I do, I can't keep your head in frame because of this.
That's fine. I mean, film yourself, it's okay.
I feel like I look like hell because of how I feel, so I'm trying to avoid being on this side of the camera.
I always look like hell, so that's fine.
Well, for once you look prettier than me, which isn't saying much, but still.
Whatever. I'm always wearing my freaking dirty boots, my dirty pants, and my messed up jacket.
Yeah, we're going to get you some jeans to work in the garage.
I hate jeans. I will never wear jeans. I have jeans. I will not wear them. I absolutely hate jeans. I will wear sweatpants and track pants, and that's it. I do not wear jeans.
Fair enough.
The only time I wear jeans, typically, which is funny because I've done it and never worn them, is when I weld. Because I used to wear track pants a lot. Those
and those are highly flammable.
Well, not just that, but they melt off the sparks. So he says while he wore one of these dry fit T-shirts, welding that floor pan in.
Right.
But I had a hoodie on.
So, do we want to see how far off the drive shaft is now after all that?
Well, let's see where we line up the trans mount now.
Yeah, that too. See if we need to drill a new hole or not.
Yeah, I'd say let's do that real quick, and then because once that's mounted center, then we'll be able to check drive shaft.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't take long. I'd actually like to jack it up in the air if we can.
I mean, all right. So everything's in, bolted down, transmission's bolted down, and centered way better than it was before. That slip yoke, as you can see, is still sticking pretty far out of that transmission. And it's bottomed out as far in as it can go. And not because the slip yoke is bottoming out on the tip of the output shaft. It's bottoming out right before the gear inside of there. So that the other slip yoke that we're going to use can almost bottom out to where it touches the seal. Which will give us plenty of push in to get the U-joint in place to pull it back out and still have the slip we need for everything to work. At least that is the hope. So, downside is we won't figure out if that's the case until the car's already on the road at that point. This one will work, hopefully. But yeah. Oh, and we got the dipstick in. It just took some creative lubing and a slightly smaller O-ring.
Yeah.
Because
Seals.
Huh?
Seals.
Yeah, which I think it's going to because it's in there pretty. I mean, I can pull the dipstick itself out, and it's O-ringed, and that doesn't move at all. So I think that's going to be fine, and then it'll probably just be turn that mount, bolt it on right there, and call it a day. Because that should keep it out of the way of the headers and everything, and there's nothing else on this side of the engine. I'm just saying turn this mount to where we can do it. That way it's taking some of the tension off of there.
Honestly, if we could...
Or even put it on this one.
As I say, we could take it off and flip it around. And put it on that one.
It's kind of what I was thinking. We has options. But I think that's where we're going to call it for this video.
That's pretty wild, though. That's not a lot of the things on this car. You know, we have options. That's what's weird to me. I didn't think we would.
No, I thought everything was going to have to be a very, like, this is the only way it's going to work. This is the only part we can use. This is just how it's got to be.
And it's very much
not been that. With the exception of the headers.
Yeah.
The headers are we got to make what we can find close to work.
But even then, we technically have options because we could just make an actual set of headers.
Yeah, we could just make something completely, but I don't want to say we don't have the skills to do that. But
it wouldn't look pretty, but it would work.
Landon offered to make a set of headers. And I know he's got the ability to.
And, I mean, Austin could probably weld better than both of us, too. we tack everything in place.
Yes, Austin can probably weld better than both of us, and Landon can weld better than Austin. Not to say Austin can't weld good. Landon just does it for a living and has been trained for it.
Fair.
I also got another buddy that, no offense to Landon, can probably also do it better than Landon, because he wouldn't MIG weld them together. He would sit down with his TIG and make them fancy. Which I thought about asking him, if we get these all tacked together, if I could get him to take them home and TIG weld them.
Is he the guy you had weld up the Corolla's exhaust?
No.
Oh, who is that?
No, it's a buddy from work. He's got a really fancy BMW that he's built. A really fancy BMW that he's built. The most clapped Honda Del Sol. A really clapped Jeep that's kind of cool. And a 250cc swapped Honda Grom.
I've always wanted a Grom.
His is scary. I think it's like a 100-mile-an-hour bike now.
All right, off topic.
Yeah, we have done branched off the topics that are the topics of the topic. Topicking.
I mean, it's just every single time it's one more step closer.
You know how we were talking about? You know what? If we flip those mounts around, we could probably go lower. That oil pan is only setting about that far off of the cross member lip. So if we did that, it wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
This is literally as perfect as it could get, because it's just barely not touching the cross member anyway.
I wonder if now that it's not slanted too, if the is the steering clearing better too? And now that the trans...
Well, I don't think the steering was hitting.
Well, also the before when we tried the steering, the trans
wasn't setting straight
up either. It didn't have a mount on it.
Yeah, it wasn't setting up, and it wasn't setting straight.
Now it's sitting up, so
the steering's probably better now than it was before.
Yeah.
So
winning.
Yeah.
Odd winning.
Short video, but not with the way we're rambling. It's not short, but everything we wanted to do worked successfully.
Yeah. Now we just have to do exhaust and fuel and wait for U-joints to come.
Yeah. And with the U-joints, we got two options still. We either change out the yoke, or we throw it in the chop saw.
To be fair, we can make this run and drive without even fiddling with headlights and taillights and stuff. Not that we're not going to.
Oh, no, I want to get all that done.
We can at this point. We could have this a running driving car just without the things you're supposed to have illegal.
Technically, we have everything laying around here right now. We can make this run in a couple hours.
Yeah, but do we have all the fuel stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we had all that.
Well, we don't have everything to make it work with a stock tank.
All right.
We have everything, I believe, where if we wanted to run the lines into a gas jug, we can make it run.
I don't know. I feel like we got enough wins for now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very happy with where we got tonight.
I'm happy those mounts are painted.
I'm just happy it fits in the car so well.
And I'm happy we drilled those other holes to make it fully bolt up.
Yeah.
It looks better and
it looks safer.
Yeah.
So,
not that it really does anything, but it looks like it's factory to me, and that's what I like. Yeah. I like making things like that happen.
Someone cared.
Someone they're not whoever we've gotten cars like this. You pick them up and you look at it and you're like, what in the world did they do? What is this half hackery put together stuff? And in this case, someone goes to change his motor mount in the future, whether that be Lucas or whoever, they're gonna be like, oh well, this is not a bad deal here.
He's talking about the Camaro.
Yeah, I am. The only other thing I would have wanted to do, but I honestly don't care enough to do, is weld the bolts to it so they're studs, and then we don't have to. You can just jack it up and take the motor mount off, and then replace just the motor mount without taking the whole plate off. But it's fine how it is. I'm not going to put that much effort into it.
No, neither am I. We've already put more effort into it than I would if I would have done it by myself. Lucas would have had 2 bolts on the whole thing.
And they wouldn't have been painted.
No, they wouldn't have been. All right. On that bombshell, you guys have a good night. We will see you next time.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, like he said.
Because he always forgets to say it.
I do always forget to say it. I'm trying to get better.
Please comment. The engagement would really help
Yes.
other people see the videos. Likes too. It
Yeah,
would really, we'd appreciate it.
yeah. A few of you guys do comment. The shorts normally tend to get comments. That all helps. It pushes it out into the algorithm, and it makes a big difference. So yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong. Neither of us are necessarily trying to do this professionally, but
I'd like to see more than 300. I'd like to see around 1,000 people at the very least. I think that'd be cool.
yeah,
And that's not even that big of a goal, but that's just how I feel about it. I think that'd be a really cool
I think
thing.
tonight before we started, we were at 354.
Yeah. We're at 353 until I talked to my wife about it, and then she subscribed. Anyway, we're rambling again.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.